So you're in a neighborhood of other musicians, and you found that I was watching TV one day and I decided I saw a bass player up there and I want to play bass. So now you're trying to find out, how do I go about pursuing this idea and this dream? So you convince your parents, you know, got good grades, now I've got a bass. Or you're an adult and you go out and buy a bass at a pawn shop or wherever you buy it. You've got to find, how do you find like-minded people who are going to help you pursue that? Well, we know that there are issues with the public school system. But fortunately for all of us, just Google it. I mean, it's that easy. I mean, you can find, and it's going to be trial and error. I mean, you're not going to Google it and then, bam, there's my perfect match. But you'll see within your realm of courses online that you can study, but it's really the old-fashioned, you've got to get out and play and find players, and you have to be proactive in doing that. And I would say there are a few clubs out now, but a lot of the local churches have great musicians playing. No matter what what your faith is, there's always a music component. There's a music component at the higher level, and what we're hoping to do with the Grammys is try to find an institute a mentor program, because right now, if you're a young player, the music's being taught at the higher level, at the college level, and that's closest to pros. So the college students are finding ways to interact with the professional players, but before that, you're just kind of, just out there, out there in the big field. So we're trying to get the professionals to mentor the college students, college to mentor the high school students, high school mentor the middle grade students, and so on, and the elementary kids tutor the babies, sing them lullabies at the very least. And so I think that's where it's going to have to happen. I don't know if there's a program yet, but I think that if you check and you write to your local school board and you really are proactive, that you will find doors opening and opportunities happening as you go and knock. You knock here and it's like, okay, we're not selling that, great. Go to the next door. Don't waste any time. Keep moving until you find the fit for you and the band for you. And you may put together a band of guys and they decide to stop because they have other interests, sports, girls, video games even, It's more fun doing that. So, because it's going to take some hard work. It's not, nothing comes easy. I have a book coming out, shameless plug, called There's No Traffic on the Extra Mile. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Borders for pre-order, but it comes out in January. It's kind of a self-help, psychology-based, dealing with the mistakes that we all make. So it kind of tells about where I started from, where I came from, and all of that, and the mistakes I made, and the subtitle is Lessons on the Road from Dreams to Destiny. And it basically, the premise is that if you go that extra step, then you will separate yourself from the pack, because we aren't meant to move in herds, as people, and we're meant to be out living our dreams and our destiny, and owning it. So the more in-depth stuff is in the book, but I'll give you a little bit of my background. I'm from Louisiana. We moved out to California when I was about 9 years old. Grew up in Watts right after the riots, and of 19, moved out 67, 68. And I remember, really just loving music. I mean, every time I heard it, it's something made me want to, listen to the boogaloo, and all the grooves of James Brown, and all the music just kind of always made you feel good. When you were trouble and didn't get your way, or didn't get the bike you wanted, or a popsicle, whatever it is you didn't want, if you heard music on, you just all of a sudden you just forgot about it. It's like, how has that happened that I can do something and then all of a sudden I hear music and I forgot all about it. Something about the voice and the instruments, and so I remember how that made me feel. And I was in a little singing group, emulating the Jackson 5, and I sang Jermaine Jackson's part. So when the group disbanded and we were told by my uncle, who was managing us, that we had to learn instruments, I just naturally went to the bass, because Jermaine played bass and sang, so I could just still sing my parts and play bass, because he did it, And that was the reason for playing bass. And years later, I worked with him and told him about that. I played bass on the Jackson 5, on their movie, An American Dream. And, it was actually surreal, to recreate all those bass lines of all those Jackson 5 songs, and to have Jermaine as one of the producers there of the movie. I should look that up and find some of those old tunes. I don't know if I have, because you do film date and you don't really get a copy of it, but maybe there's some way I can get. Yeah, it was fun times. But I went on to play with the Top 40 band and worked my way up. And my first gig was with Gladys Knight and the Pips at 20 years old. First time ever on a plane. Had never really been out of Los Angeles since coming at 8 or 9. So it was a big deal for me to do that gig. And I did that gig and did a showcase for Whitney Houston. She was 18, I was 22. And as time went on, did more gigs and worked with different people. And I think now, safe to say, I still work with Whitney doing, I don't tour anymore, but now I work with a lot of different people. I'm music director for the Grammys and music director for American Idol, and a long list of other TV show specials and concerts and stuff.